welcome back to Christy's Beautiful Life in her 30 Days of Sketches. And it's Sunday, so that means it's Sketch Sunday, which works well with 30 Days of Sketches. We are using the sketch by Jackie Casciani, and I'm using photos from last February when myself and my family were in Florida. So I have these group pictures plus the picture of the sunset. They're not the best photos, but that's okay. I'm going to tell the story. The supplies that I have, you'll see I did cut some Cricut things out, but I grabbed these things with fun colors. So this, I think this was just oh no, this is Paper Studio, and I've got this as well. And then this is Paper Studio. So we've got some stickers here in those fun colors. And then this is Bella Boulevard Chow Chip. It's Island Escape icons. And I think those colors are gonna go pretty well. The other thing, I have these two borders from Close to My Heart, which also matches that color. And then I have two different papers. This is a Doodlebug, I do believe. And then we have Reminisce here. I think I'm going to use the Reminisce, but I like to have choices. And so I'm going to use the stripes and one of the greens for my strips. And then on my Cricut, you can weld on a Cricut, so it has this as an image. And I like the sunglasses. I also like the palm trees. And you can weld them, but I didn't do such a good job because I've got these two welded and the top and bottom one's not, but they're easy to kind of lay out there. So that was what I was thinking. Although I did, now that I say that, I saw the stars on the side. I was going to do that on both sides, but it's really only on one side. So what if I do these on one side like that, and on the other side I just more use maybe one pair up here and one pair down there. That's a happy accident. All right. And then, yeah, I don't know if I'll border the pictures, if I'll back them like she does in her sketch here, but that's my idea. So let's get scrapping. I don't know if you could tell on the video, but those green papers both have palm trees on them, and that was tying it all together, I guess, but that's why I kind of went towards those two pieces of paper. I trimmed down the stripes. The first stripe was 4 inches, and it looked like it was, and then that was just a scrap, and so it looked good, so I trimmed down the next part 4 inches. And here I am deciding which background. I think I like the mood and feel better of this one, even though it might have been a shade off. But there is a dark green and a light green in that stripe paper, so it looks just fine. I cut this one, I think it was 2 inches. I cut them for both sides. And I've been using sketches since the beginning of scrapbooking, the beginning of when I started scrapbooking, which was in 2000 when my second daughter was born. And since that time, I have been using sketches, I believe. No, not right at the beginning, but when I started selling Close to My Heart, which was, I don't know if it was a year after that or 2 years after that. Maybe it was after. Well, anyway, a couple of years after that, I liked their sketchbooks, so I started with those, and then I moved to Scrapbook Generations and their sketchbooks, and that's what I've been using since. And sketches just online, Pinterest, all those kind of things. So anyway, the point of my story being that I'm pretty darn good with guessing sizes, 4 inches, 2 inches, things like that, making modifications. You can make adjustments for your photos, you can make adjustments for your style, and go from there. So I chose this orange color, which is not the brightest orange. It's kind of a toned down orange, believe it or not. I know it looks pretty bright. And that's what I'm going to use to back my photo. So I just give it I think it's a 1/4 inch on each side for a border around the photo. Down below you will find the playlist for 30 Days of Sketches. Check those people out. We've got one more week to go, right? Yeah, I think so. And then also I'll have listed who's playing along with Sketch Sunday. That's fun too. Lots of good ideas in both places. Check them out. See how everybody used the same sketch and did things differently. Also, can we talk about how is it crazy that I have different shades of orange to pick from too? I have enough in my stash to, gosh, at least scrapbook a year without buying anything, I think. But anyway, that's for another day. I am laying down the photos on top of that orange, and I think it just makes the photos stand out a little bit more. So that works out perfectly. I used pink in the sunglasses. I have yellow in the border, the green and the strip of the above. The only thing I didn't bring in, I guess, was the blue, and you'll see blue in the flowers that I'm going to bring in. So here I just eye things up and I use my ATG to line down the striped strip and the green, and then I'll just go on this side and line it up. This is always where I note that I didn't precisely cut my green and one is a little bit bigger than the other. I do use a 3-ring binder from Hobby Lobby in that they don't sit super close to each other, even though it's a 2-page layout. I am super okay with that. So they will lay next to each other, but not just next to each other, if that makes sense. They'll be a little bit in between, but it still is a cohesive layout, so I'm good with that. I do the same thing with the photos where I get them down on one side and then I will line them up on the other side. Just eyeballing them there. Next month I will not be doing a daily video like I have tried to do the last 2 months. So I will go back to my about 3 days a week videos, always including Sketch Sunday, which is one of my favorites because I love sketches. Here's where I take my Barely Art glitter glue to glue down the pink sunglasses. I also spread around that chipboard from Bella Boulevard. I sometimes wonder what I'm ever going to do with these things, and they're just a nice little addition for some color that matches, and it's fun. So nice little flowers, and I just spread them around, and they move around a little bit as I get things glued down. I do find 2 pineapples, and I thought, when am I going to use pineapples on a layout? So definitely I will use pineapples on this layout. Leave me a comment below. Have you been playing along with the 30 Days of Sketches? How do you like it? And have you learned anything new? Down below is listed the Facebook group for Christy's beautiful life in her 30 Days of Sketches. It is a private group. You do have to answer the questions in order to gain access to the Facebook group. They want to make sure that you're not a robot and that you're a nice person. So make sure to answer the questions. And then Christy is an amazing person. So that's a great place to check out. Tell her I sent you if you go. Here you can see, this reminded me of kindergarten. So it is not the glue's fault. It is my fault. User error. I lost the pin for my glue probably the second time I used it. And so I've had this needle in there and it doesn't do the greatest job. And you know how you press it really hard because it's not coming out, and then you get a big splitch, and then you take your other things and you don't want to waste it. So you rub it onto other pieces so that you get glue on everything, on all the pieces that you can glue down. So that's what I did. I felt a little bit like kindergarten. I'm okay with that. I enjoyed kindergarten. So, all right, moving things around. You can see the pineapples are now in the left lower corner. The flowers are moving around in between the sunglasses for some more interest. And I will get that title glued down. I do use the wet glue for the sunglasses, and then I use the ATG for the bigger pieces, the photos, the strips, those kind of things. And I didn't glue the chipboard. I have heard people say, you know, especially since it's not brand new chipboard, maybe it's not going to stick that best. So I will keep my eye on it once it gets in the page protector and see if it needs a little help to get stuck down. And if it does, I will use some of that great liquid glue, that Barely Art glue. I keep wanting to say glitter glue. It's not glitter glue. It's just art glue. So I had somebody recommend it to me, and I do like the little nozzle, even though I lost the pin. And I do have other pins, I just have to find them. So there you go. Don't lose the pin. It is hard, man. It's got a little red dot or ball on the top, you'd think that I would find that. Or that I'd step on it and find it because it would be on the floor. I don't know. Don't know where it went. It'll, maybe after I clean up after 30 days of sketches, I'll find it. All right, so everything else goes down. I do layer stuff over on top of my photos. Just something that makes it look connected and cohesive. Get a little bit more of that glue on there. Set the sunglasses up there. This is a fun layout. The final pictures will look much brighter. I don't know how that happened, so sorry. They're not quite that bright, but I hope you have a fabulous day, and I'll see you again soon.